Hello everyone, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and today I will show you how to convert this into this. So at this point I would like to make a little intermission and give a shout out to Shadow and Sun. It is a small channel that is doing a lot of cool crafting, you know, like hover tanks and spaceships. If you are interested in all of that manner, please check the link in the description and go and support them. Thank you very much for that. So, like I said before, this is one of my least favorite cars. The other one was this one, but he's now looking very good. And of course, this one. I was thinking that I'm gonna be doing this one next, but nope. I just decided to take this. And again, the open top kind of forced me to think about something, so I just think that I'm gonna be building some sort of cage in here. And you know, I don't want to disassemble this car because there is no point. There is nothing really that I can change when I disassemble it. I don't have spare wheels to do different wheels. Maybe I have, you know, from some other cars, but these wheels are perfectly fine for this, what I have in mind for it. So without further ado, I'm just gonna grab some materials and be right back. So I finished digging for my parts, and beside the car I found a 4mm thick plastic card tube, 2mm thick plastic card tube. It's exactly the same that I used in the previous project. A what do you call it? The metal beam sheet. It's just for decoration, as well a Necron arm. This is from an old Necron Warriors. I have it in one of my build boxes. I want to use the gun pieces for something. I don't know what yet. As well, I found this. This is actually a cotton bud. Some of the cheap cotton buds have a plastic tube inside instead of a paper or wooden one. So if you don't have any other tubes, you can actually use the cotton buds. I've been using them for ages for my own uses. A plastic card sheet. This is a 1mm, I think. Of course I have more if I need. Some wire and some guitar string. And I think that I'm gonna use some mesh whenever I find it. If I find it, I should have some on the hand, but I have such a mess on my desk right now that it is hard to figure out where it is. Yeah. So what's the idea for this car? So again, since I went with the open top heavy gunner previously, I want to go with this one being even crazier. And as you know, this car, what I want to do is just get a battery of tubes on the back. I think about 8, maybe 12. And this is gonna be a rocket launcher. You know, like you have this huge army vehicles that have those tubes and they just shoot multiple rockets. And then, you know, this piece is gonna probably go somewhere on the front just to buff up the engine. Yeah, there's gonna be this plating used to to maybe just kind of armor the mask of the car, the bonnet. If I'm right with this bonnet, I always mix up the words. And you know, some wiring to just connect everything. So first thing first, I need to cut a somewhat equal length of a tube. So my thinking is here, I would say about 2 centimeters long. I think so. So I'll be back after I have, well, 12 of them, I think. So now I have 12 pieces of it. I just have to start gluing them together into one square. And you know, don't worry if you did that and you know, come on. Alright, where is my sharp piece of metal. Come on. Yeah, that's the problem working with super glue from Army Painter. It's always stuck. So yeah, don't worry about, you know, not having this front perfect. It's a small car. Even if you ain't gonna do anything about it, it ain't gonna really do much of a difference on it. It would be preferable to actually, if you put it on the flat surface, to glue it on a wax paper, so it ain't gonna stick to your cutting mat. I don't have wax paper, so yep. Here you can see not all of them are the same length. Yeah, but again, I don't really care about that. I'm gonna do a little bit of sanding afterwards. Hopefully it's gonna fix the issue. If not, I'm gonna leave it as that and just, you know, count it as a Wastelander rocket launcher. So, you know, just build in wasteland and somebody just cut pipes into somewhat similar length and left them as that. Yeah, but this is, how you can see, fairly easy. You just assemble 3 batteries of 4 pipes on a somewhat flat surface. I have an illusion because of the light that my surface is slightly bent. Don't know why, but I assume it's a light issue. Maybe because I'm only working with one light right now. I don't have both of them on, so it may create somewhat of a distortion. So we have this, and like I said, all of them are different lengths. It looks like someone really botched the job, but I'm not really sure that I don't like it. I think that I actually like it. So now we just stock 2 of the on top of each other, and come on. This super glue really dislikes me. How it can get stuck during the gluing. If someone knows the reason or can help me with that, please let me know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with the super glue for last 20 odd years of my life. So yeah, and now I have a 12 rocket battery that's gonna be fitting in here. But because this is gonna be a massive hazard for someone who is gonna be sitting here, I have to build some sort of roofing as well. You know, this is now very oddly shaped. Wow, okay. I was hoping that just bending a metal inside would be enough to straighten it out, but whatever. As a rocket, I was thinking I can use the 2mm plastic card rods, but it seems kind of wasteful to me. So probably the better choice would be a kebab skewers or toothpicks. I think that toothpick is gonna be a bit too thin, but kebab skewers probably perfect. I don't have kebab skewers, I think, on me, so I'm gonna probably have to wait for a few days to get them. But now I need to build the roof, and what I'm thinking about the roof, well, I can just go with a piece of plastic card sticking up here and then connecting here, but I'm gonna be using this one as a roof. I'm just gonna use this as a base in the back, because well, you ain't gonna see the back and the roof gonna be still somewhat visible, and you know, the texture on it is better. Nice. And how you can see, I don't care about exact shape of that, it's not even straight. Yeah, again, when you cut like this, please be careful, you are risking your fingers. Yeah, so don't do as I do. Oh, this is too thick. Okay, so I need something thinner. I know if I measure it, I would already have this done, but it's not my style. So yeah, now this is perfect, just a little notch in the middle to accommodate for this ridge on the car. Now I just need to cut this side ever so slightly. Should be good enough. So yeah, up here, just glue it to the car. So I have back plate, and now the roof. This is gonna be a little bit more measured than usual. But again, you can see how crooked it is. It's not nothing perfect. I'm just putting this on, and while as I glue it, I'm gonna then cut off the front by the window, and I'm gonna probably cover the window anyway in some mesh, because after I add some super glue and it's gonna spill on the window, it's gonna be foggy. And anyway, I don't want to see inside of this car. Okay, so I'll be back after I clean up the job in here. I have this put together. I now need to clean off the edges of the roof and the front of the window. So now I have this with the roof. You can still see the remain of super glue in here, I guess. And I sanded this a little bit around. And now the battery. I can just fit it in here. And I did sand it a little bit because the different lengths started, you know, getting on my nerves. So yeah, just put the battery, you know, 2 connection points. You're gonna have one on the roof and one quite big one on the back of the car, if you build it the same as I do. So yeah, it actually works. I was so worried about this car because I was just feeling like it ain't gonna work. It's gonna be kind of dumb. It is dumb, but it's fun dumb. So yeah. And now this Necron bit, I'm gonna cut off both of the arms, and I'm left with something like that. And I want to do the front. There's not much to really think about, just cut it into size. I think that What I'm gonna do, just bend it in half so I can accommodate for the little ridge in there. It cracked, it's fine, I don't care, it's gonna be hidden by the paint anyway. So now just put a atrocious amount of super glue on that and hope it's gonna stick. Wow, it's stuck on. It's good. Like, I don't like that this super glue is getting stuck so often, but I love how strong it is. I guess there's always something. And now I can add this as a part of an engine. That's okay. And I'm just thinking, this little wire, I know it is barely visible on the camera, just put it into the engine and then drag it into the crew, into the cabin. So just bend it. Come on. It fits in here. And then just, I know that this is impossible to follow because I'm covering everything with my fingers. But that's the unfortunate effect of me working on that. Some other people probably can find a way to keep their hands out, but yeah, I'm not that skilled in that. I still have massive issues to actually keep everything on camera. So yeah, this actually, this little detail, just leading into the car from the engine is always something that kind of makes the car or breaks it. In this case, I think it looks brilliantly. If I paint it, for example, red, it's gonna add the splash of color to the mainly metallic, black and metallic looking cars. Now I just need to find the mesh that I was talking about to cover all of the windows. So I'll be right back. So surprisingly, I found the mesh, this thing, right after I stopped the video, so it was the very long pause for me. So just grab the scissors and cut it. This, if you are wondering what it is a splash protector mesh. It's a metal mesh, it's a very nice material for this, what I'm doing here. But you just can, you can just cut it with the scissors to the size and just stock it on any of the windows. Well, in this case, on all of the windows. But I'm gonna be doing this. Yeah. And it's a mesh, so it's gonna be semi-transparent on the build, but it's still gonna hide the fact that there is no driver inside or a passenger. So yeah, after you cut it to the size, just super glue and pray for your fingers. Yeah, because there is 99% chance that they're gonna get stuck if you ain't gonna use some tool to push it. So in my case, I'm just gonna use the back end of these tweezers. Doesn't want to get stuck now. Oh, okay, it was faster than I expected. And again, the other side. Now, there is no much of a surface for this mesh to hold, so it's better to cut it a little bit bigger and allow it to just attach to whatever it can grip to. So the roof that I build right now would be a nice place to put something on. But when you think about this, rockets, yeah, they gonna screw with that idea straight away. And now just last touch, the front window. And how long? Roughly about this much. How I always say, cut twice, measure once. And I know it is reverse, yes. So now I have this beautifully covered in mesh, and what I'm thinking, this little space between the rockets and the car doesn't really look appealing. I don't really know what to put in there. You know, I have this, but if I put this in there, it ain't gonna do much. But this kind of starting to be a signature piece on my car, so I think that I maybe put one in here and then try to figure out something to put in there. Yeah. And do I have anything else to? I really don't know. I just gonna figure something out. Maybe I just gonna stock some sort of green stuff just to fill up the gap. But this is done. Now I need to black bomb it, and I'll be back after I do it. So you all saw the painting process already a few times, so I decided to skip straight to the spin table. So this is how it turned out. If you don't know how to do this painting process, just please watch one of the previous videos. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please rate, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next one.